to the sale date. Take new retail delivery from dealer stock by September 30th. See dealer for qualifications and complete details. Visit a Southeast Michigan Ford dealer today. Today's game is brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. See a Southeast Michigan Ford dealer today. For a list of dealer locations, visit thinkfordfirst.com.
Hi, it's Doug Karsh for Karsh and Anderson. Coming up on Friday's show, 10:20. Are the Lions going to beat the Chiefs? We'll tell you right here on your home for Tiger Baseball. 97.1 The Ticket.
The 4-2-1 Twins. Kevin Smeltzer on the mound for the Minnesota Twins. They're hoping he can go 5 or 6. Stirring in the Twins bullpen. Nobody throwing yet. And pretty stress-free through 3. John Hicks takes a curveball that misses inside. Ball 1. Hicks, Demerit, Rogers here in the 4th. Today's game being brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, and also by your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers. Visit the showroom today for exceptional offers. Hicks swings and fouls one out of play. Fastball up and away. Fly ball to left field first time up for John Hicks. Lefty Smeltzer works third base side. The 1-1 ground ball to short. Scooped up by Torres. Across the diamond to Lamontway Jr. 1 up and 1 down here in the 4th inning.
Well, he is interesting how he changes speeds. You know, he's got that arm angle that you think you see the ball a little bit better from the right-hand side, but he's limited damage.
So they've been good swings in every inning, and yet just the 1 run.
Yeah.
He brings up Travis Demerit. Two runs, 4 hits for the Twins. 1 run, 5 hits for the Tigers. First pitch to Demerit, a strike on the outside edge. Check some scores in the General RV scoreboard from the 1-800-CALL Sam Studios. Milwaukee, could they be any hotter?
It doesn't make any sense, does it?
I mean, they're just rolling in September. They are not out of it by any stretch. Line drive, fair down the left field line off the bat of Demerit. Kicks off the stands. Out to left fielder Ian Miller. And Travis Demerit is 2 for 2. Line drive single, line drive double.
Breaking ball hung out over the plate, put a little double buggy whip on that baby, hit so hard the third baseman couldn't make the play. It was by him before he could even move. That is a good swing. Stay behind the ball, got the barrel of the bat out in front. That will work for you kids that listen to the game. You barrel the bat out in front. You drive with those legs, boy, you can do some damage.
Milwaukee with the win and the Cardinals with the loss. And Milwaukee is now 1.5 behind the Cardinals. Cardinals were sitting pretty just a couple of days ago. Their magic number was 3. And it's still 3. They've got 3 games to go. The Cardinals with that 1.5 game lead. Looking ahead to the weekend to see where they are. They're home against the Cubs. They just swept the Cubs in Chicago. Change up and away to Jake Rogers. He had a line drive single his first time up. Milwaukee is playing today, so St. Louis idle today. Milwaukee playing today in Cincinnati, and they've got a 5-1 lead. I just saw on our Fox monitor, Jim, they're 19-4 in September. 19-4.
That's incredible.
And they've lost Christian Yelich, what, about 10, 12 games ago?
Yeah.
Maybe even longer. Swing and miss, 1-1. The most significant thing happening for Reds fans today, and we wish him all the best. Reds Hall of Fame broadcaster Marty Brenneman. This is his last broadcast. He will not be broadcasting this weekend. This is his last broadcast, wrapping up a Hall of Fame spectacular 45-year career.
Good man. Always loved talking to him.
The 1-1. Fastball away. He's got a big personality anybody who's ever listened to.
That's right. And you know the thing I like about him a lot? He'll say things about a player.
Boy, will he.
And he'll go right down. And he'll, the player say something, hey, boy, here's what I said. He's not bad.
That is not a word that comes up.
Thank you very much.
That's right. The 2-1. Up and in, famous line to a Hall of Famer one time. I'm going to be here a lot longer than you will.
That's right. And that was true.
Our junior research department looked up some notable moments. How about, of course, if you're around 45 years, you're going to have notable moments. But how about some of these notable moments that he has broadcast in his career? As Jake Rogers waits on a 2-2, swinging a pop-up, playable first base side. Lamont Wade Jr. barely has to move when pushing it a little bit. Now he moves to his right and makes the catch for the second out. In his first regular season game as Reds announcer, Jim, he calls Hank Aaron's 714th. First regular season game, he calls Hank Aaron's 714th home run, which tied him at that moment with Babe Ruth.
How about that?
Called Tom Seaver's only no-hitter. That was in 1978. How about Pete Rose's record-breaking 4,192nd hit?
Not bad.
I mean, just those three things right there. Ken Griffey Jr.'s 500th and 600th home runs, career home runs.
That's pretty neat.
A Homer Bailey no-hitter, a Jake Arrieta no-hitter, and Jay Bruce's walk-off home run to clinch the Central for the Reds in 2010. So,
Well, you would call him a great broadcaster with a character.
yes, that's a good way to put it. Wait, boys, he's just got one of those larger-than-life personalities.
He does, and he's not bashful.
Just got to get to know him really in recent years, and he couldn't be more pleasant and more welcoming. We went to Cincinnati for the first time, and
He always gave me the devil, because he said, Jim, you got to take some time off, Jimmy. You got to take some time off. And I don't believe in that, as you know. But,
he's right, though.
well, he's right, and I'm not going to do it. So. But he's a character.
Castro waiting in a 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and miss. Boy, that's a big bender of a curveball that time. He throws it different ways. That's a big bender at the back right foot of Willie Castro.
It's like an old high school curveball is what it is. It just keeps digging. A lot of break to it.
Merritt runs well. He's at second base. Luis Ariz is right behind him, shortening his lead. Outfield deep and straight up. Again, it's Miller, Lamar, Cave from left to right. Merritt takes his lead. Ariz backs up a little bit. Tigers looking for a big two-out hit from Willie.
Stroke. It's a short stroke. And he turned on that ball. That's why it jumped off his bat. Again, you get the barrel of the bat out in front. Stay behind it. Use those legs, kids. Boy, that's a good swing. That's a good, solid swing. His swing looks to be getting better and better. It's a short stroke, which is very important. Good slide away.
Hello.
Hey, we got all your stuff.
Yeah, I'm heading to the office. Can you print off the new list?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll probably be there about 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, see you in a minute.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Back to the screen. Good swings in every inning for the Tigers. Triple for Dixon, double for DeMeritt. Nobody yet has been able to take advantage of the pretty good wind blowing out to left field. Line drive up the middle, under the glove of a diving horizon to center. That will give the Tigers the lead. Rounding third and scoring is Castro. 3-2 Tigers here in the fourth. Reyes delivers with 2 outs.
Well, that's what he does. Beautiful single buggy up there. That was a changeup. He stayed on it, which he does a lot. He doesn't get fooled very often. And that's proof of it right there. Changed the speeds, did not try to do too much. Just drove it right back through the middle. Another good swing by Reyes. Good, a lot of fun to watch him. What a year. What a bounce back year after, trying to keep his head above water last year in his Rule 5 pitch. Got bigger, stronger, more relaxed at the plate, knows the strike zone a lot better.
Brandon Dixon swings it's a fly ball, right field, not deep. Cave in a couple of steps to his right, makes the catch in the shadows of the light tower in right field. Dixon flies out. Tigers take the lead. 2 big 2-out hits. Willie Castro and Victor Reyes. We head to the fifth inning. 3-2 Tigers after 4 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. We're living in a day and age where it's never been easier to access information or get your questions answered. And personally, I love it. I'm always looking stuff up online or trying to learn new things, especially when it comes to my health. And now, thanks to our friends at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan and Blue Care Network, healthy living just got easier. I already use the Blue Cross mobile app all the time to access my health insurance coverage information. But now with the My Blue skill for Amazon Alexa, I can access a variety of health and wellness information using just the sound of my voice. I can say things like, Alexa, ask My Blue what are preventative services, or Alexa, ask My Blue for a quick workout. You can do it too. You can keep your kids moving by saying, Alexa, ask My Blue for a kids activity. It's that simple. Everybody with an Alexa-enabled device, all you have to do is open your Alexa app and enable the My Blue skill. That's spelled M-I Blue. Then say, Alexa, open My Blue. The My Blue skill for Amazon Alexa. Just one more way that Blue Cross is constantly working to connect everyone in Michigan to their health.
97.1 The Ticket and Ellison Brewery have teamed up to create 97.1 The Ticket Double Dry Hopped Hazy Pale Ale. This crushable hazy pale ale is brewed with generous amounts of Mosaic and Simcoe hops for the perfect balance of flavor, hoppiness, and drinkability. It starts with a tropical aroma and bursts forward with citrus and pine flavors. Full-bodied flavor, yet deceptively easy to drink. Look for 97.1 The Ticket Double Dry Hopped Hazy Pale by Ellison Brewery on draft at a bar or restaurant near you. Must be 21. Enjoy responsibly.
Count on Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan to give you the confidence that comes with knowing whenever you need health care, you can get it. With choices and coverage, you can find coverage that's right for you. Confidence comes with every card.
Hi, it's Doug Karsh for Karsh and Anderson. Coming up on Friday's show, 10:20. Are the Lions going to beat the Chiefs? We'll tell you right here on your home for Tiger Baseball. 97.1 The Ticket.
Tigers pitcher this year, Art Van Furniture is making a donation to the Howard Company Kids Club of Pontiac. Jordan Zimmerman, a couple of strikeouts in the second inning. There have been some better swings the last two. He could use a good quick inning here in the fifth inning now that he's been given the lead. First pitch, a slider for a strike. Ronald Torreyes at the plate. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Twins. 3 runs, 8 hits for the Tigers. Today's game brought to you in part by Airlines Parking, the official parking provider of the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Before you fly, park nearby. Curveball buckles the knees of Torreyes. No balls and 2 strikes. 5 years in the major leagues, mostly with the Yankees. Over 500 at-bats. He's hit .280 with some extra base power. Been a valuable utility guy, but he was at AAA all year for Minnesota. Fastball up and in. Torreyes Miller rise here in the fifth inning. Unlikely you would think that any of the veterans who didn't start today would be available in a pinch hitting role late.
They have the day off, I would say.
Sitting in the dugout with sunglasses on, ice packs.
Some have their tennis shoes on, not their spikes.
Ground ball foul down the third base line.
I just wonder about the injuries, though. Crone did play in one game in this series.
It's a great point because it's...
And their center
The
fielder.
big one is Kepler.
I think that's the key guy.
By the sounds of things, it's going to be, he'll be fine for the beginning of the American League Division Series next week. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball moves off the plate inside.
Another gets some at bats though. Big league effect. You're going to Kansas City, right?
Yeah. You would think he'll get a few this weekend.
Yeah. Maybe DH him or something.
And another concern, and it may not sound like a lot, but Marwin Gonzalez is a nice piece on this team. Ground ball right to short. Charging and bobbling Willie Castro. And that's a case, Jim, where he made that into a tough play. By charging and he made it in between error.
Yeah,
or in between hop.
Let the ball eat him up. Get off his wrist.
It's the technique they have talked about. He's working on it, but
when balls hit hard doesn't mean you have to wait for it. You have to get the hop. Favor you, not favor the ball. You can't let the ball play you. You have to play the ball.
Centering the ball. For fans watching at the ballpark, when you watch Willie Castro, that's what they're working on. Just centering the ball. And he just has a tendency to field it off his right hip, right thigh, and that's when if the ball takes a bad hop, you're not in position to field it.
Well,
even when it doesn't take a bad
hop, he let the ball play him instead of him playing the ball.
Torreyes takes ball 1. And it's really important that he develop defensively. Again, he's working at it, but he has to come to, you would think, Jim, spring training next year is showing that this is something I've worked on and that his technique is noticeably improved at the beginning of spring training.
Well,
because
he needs to play winter ball or instructional league ball. I don't know what their plans are, but he needs to play a lot of games,
And work on the mechanics.
Yeah, you have to be in action really to improve.
Here's a line drive, base hit into right field. Off the bat of Ian Miller. Reyes around second. He'll cruise to third. Sharp line drive single, and the Twins, after giving up the lead, now have runners at the corners and nobody out.
No, this is Twin baseball without the home runs. They just keep coming at you. You know, a lot of these kids have been watching, up for a little bit, watching the big boys play. And it's a chance for them to show what they can do. And this young man, Miller's a good-looking hitter.
Cash transaction with Seattle. He's 27 years old. Not necessarily part of the future, and yet, at 27,
You never know.
you know, the ability to get on base and use your speed, element they don't really have on this roster. Breaking ball low and in. And again, you can mix and match your roster in the postseason, and if you feel like you need maybe when you're facing, let's say you get by the Yankees and you're facing Houston, and runs might be at a premium,
Yes, I wish you
then
would
you
think.
might have to score in other ways other than just hitting home runs. And Ian Miller might be a valuable commodity because, again, his ability to steal a base.
That's right. Late in the game, how much is that worth in a close game?
How
Pinch
long?
runner?
We've seen many teams. I mean, Terrence Gore every year would get called up for never get an at bat, but Kansas City used him in the postseason all the time.
Amazing.
1-1 ground ball up the middle, grab by Jordan Zimmerman. What a play with a quick glove. He's got Torreyes trapped between home and third. A throw to Lugo, a throw to Rogers, tags him out. Runners advance to second and third. It's a great snag by Jordan Zimmerman. Ideally, they could have maybe gotten the base runner Torreyes a little bit quicker so runners didn't advance to second and third.
Yeah, actually, it worked out in the Twins' favor when you think about it. I mean, Jordan did the right thing, made a good play first of all, then ran right at the runner head. Again, just too much time. Both now they have two runners in scoring position. But a heck of a play by Jordan. That's right.
Good glove ball that probably would have gone through the infield into center field. So we put out 1-5-2 to get the lead man Torreyes. But because it took so long, runners at second and third. Astudillo up there ready to swing the bat with the first pitch. First pitch is a fastball, low ball one. Astudillo 1 for 2 today. Grounded out on a ball that looked like it might bounce had he not swung, and a little
That's
blooper
right.
on another breaking ball that was down. That heck might have bounced.
He's a pain in the neck.
So now it's Ian Miller with that speed over at third base. Rises at second base. Single, and the Twins could retake the lead. 3-2 Tigers are in the fifth. The 1-0 to the righty. Swinging a foul to the screen. Fastball low and away. You don't really have to throw Astudillo a strike.
It might be beneficial to throw him a strike.
Freeze him on a fastball
Yeah.
middle of the plate.
I don't like that pitch. Got to show me one's going to bounce up. I'll hit it.
Victor Alcantara is throwing in the Tigers bullpen. Twins took the lead with a run in the third. Tigers tied it up. Twins took the lead with a run in the fourth. Tigers just took the lead with 2 in the bottom of the fourth. Now the Twins trying to answer back. The 1-1. Curveball in the dirt, blocked by Jake Rogers. 5 walks, 7 strikeouts for Astudillo, approaching 200 plate appearances.
Can't make it up.
Never seen anything like it.
We see things this year that just shake your head.
The thing is, the league has definitely figured out how to pitch Astudillo. He has been really, and this bat has been quiet. This is a stretch going back more than 35 games where he's hit 220 with no power. 220 with no power and you don't draw walks.
That's a tough way to go.
That's a tough way to go. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball away.
That ball was a foot off the plate away.
But that's within his strike zone, right?
What, that's it. If he can see it, he's going to swing it.
That's the thing. He's getting some playing time in September, Jim, but I can't picture him being on the postseason roster. Don't you?
I mean,
Position flexibility, but
yeah,
so
that's
what?
all. That's about it.
Because it points the end of the bat right at his belly button, extends the bat away from it, line hitting the left. How about that? One run in, Miller. Stopping at third is Arise. We got a 3-3 game. Amazing.
Well, I'll tell you what, Zimmerman, let's face it, now, first 2 innings, he's been in trouble every inning. He's not fooling anybody. You can tell by the crack of the bat that ball was drilled. He loves it below the zone. That's where it was again. A dead low ball hitter, and that's where it was.
Three games, still only one out. Rise runner at third, Astudillo at first. Jake Cave at the plate. Three infielders shifted to the right. Fly ball deep right center field. That's trouble. Demerit on the run. It's fine. All the way to the scoreboard in right center field. In to score Rise. Astudillo behind him. He will score, and Jake Cave will cruise into third, standing up.
Well, that should be about it.
Two-run triple for Jake Cave, and the Twins take a 5-3 lead here in the fifth.
Boy, Dan, they're just jumping all over. No matter what he throws, they're attacking him. Ooh, that ball was in trouble the minute he hit it. No cheapies.
Nope.
Breaking ball right in his liking.
Tigers' lead didn't last long. That'll be the end of the day for Jordan Zimmerman. Tough finish to the year for Jordan. It's too bad. And the Tigers go to their bullpen. Here in the fifth inning, now trailing 5-3. We'll pause with these words on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Is your business still settling for slow internet? Well, time is money. Switch to Comcast Business now and get a great deal on fast, reliable internet. With a 30-day money-back guarantee, installation when it works for you, and 24/7 customer support, it's time to take your business beyond. Right now, get 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month for 2 years when you add 2 voice mobility lines and sign up for paperless billing and auto pay. Plus, we offer solutions like powerful Wi-Fi that thinks about what customers want, and automatic internet backup that can keep your business running. So what are you waiting for? Get the internet your business really needs. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Monthly service charge increases by $10 without paperless billing. Offerings 9/20/19. Restrictions apply. New business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra subject to change. Backup limited up to 8 hours.
What is life? Life is about compromise and realizing you can't always get what you want.
Now you can always get what you want without compromise with the new Quattro Pizza from Little Caesars. With 2 slices each of cheese, pepperoni, sausage and pepperoni, and sausage and bruschetta. It's 4 tasty pizzas in one, all for just $7. Take that compromise. How's it feel to get literally everything you want in one large Quattro Pizza? Hot and ready every day from 4 to 8 at Little Caesars. Pizza, 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 pizza. Participating locations for limited time plus tax. Prices higher and less giveaway. Hi, it's Doug Karsch for Karsch and Anderson. Coming up on Friday's show, 10:20. Are the Lions going to beat the Chiefs? We'll tell you right here on your home for Tiger Baseball. 97.1 The Ticket.
Victor Alcantara takes over on the mound. Tigers' 3-2 lead only lasted a few batters. 3 runs in for the Twins in the fifth inning and a 5-3 lead.
Pitching change brought to Southeast Michigan. Fort Lewis. Visit Milby Sport.